Humans, Homo sapiens, are a recent development in the history of life on Earth. As far as geologists are concerned, we're practically children. Yet our lineage traces back billions of years to the earliest protocells that stirred in Earth's primordial oceans. To understand ourselves, we must wind back the clock and follow the path from simple organic molecules to the emergence of modern humans. Our story begins roughly 4 billion years ago, a period when Earth was a turbulent battleground of molten rock and noxious gases. The young planet had just coalesced from dust in the solar nebula, and its surface was scarred by constant meteorite bombardments. But in the midst of this chaos, the ingredients for life were forming. In the roaring chaos of Earth's infancy, a new entity was stirring, a sphere of fat and RNA, perhaps propelled by an errant lightning strike or born in the scalding depths of a volcano. Don't know how yet, but scientists think it happened. It wasn't alive in the conventional sense, but it carried the spark of potentiality, like a seed holding the blueprint for a towering redwood. These protocells encapsulated genetic material within a membrane, creating an enclosed realm where chemical reactions could occur with increasing complexity. As eons passed, these protocells replicated, giving rise to a primordial sea teeming with these microscopic vessels. But the Earth was a harsh mistress, and only the most adaptable protocells survived. Some managed to trap molecules capable of catalyzing chemical reactions, speeding up the very processes that gave them life. These catalytic molecules, likely proteins, facilitated reactions that produced adenosine triphosphate, ATP, a kind of energy currency still used by living cells. Over millions of years, these protocells gave rise to the first true cells, tiny independent entities capable of metabolizing energy and reproducing. These early microbes, called prokaryotes, lacked the nucleus and other internal structures found in modern cells, but they represented a giant leap toward life as we know it. For nearly 2 billion years, these single-celled organisms dominated the planet. Yet within this vast expanse of time, life burst forth in astonishing ways. First, a revolutionary process emerged, photosynthesis, whereby certain microbes harness the energy of sunlight to produce food. This discovery ushered in a new era, one in which oxygen, once a rare element, began to saturate the atmosphere. Around 2.4 billion years ago, cyanobacteria, a group of photosynthetic microbes, kick-started this transformation. Their oxygen-producing photosynthesis acted as a kind of biological engine, steadily altering Earth's atmosphere. This event, known as the Great Oxidation Event, profoundly reshaped life on Earth. Oxygen, once toxic to early life, became the key to unlocking higher forms of organization and metabolism. As oxygen levels climbed, Earth's surface began to cool, allowing liquid water to exist more readily. This led to the formation of stable bodies of water and the emergence of diverse aquatic ecosystems. But it was the proliferation of oxygen that fueled the most dramatic change. The energy currency of ATP became much more efficient in the presence of oxygen, opening the door for cells to grow larger and perform more complex tasks. This laid the groundwork for the next chapter in the story, the emergence of eukaryotes. Around 1 billion years ago, a pivotal event unfolded that separated simple from complex life. Eukaryotes, cells characterized by a nucleus and other internal structures, arose as a result of a remarkable event, endosymbiosis. The prevailing theory suggests that a larger prokaryote engulfed a smaller one. But instead of digesting its prey, the larger cell formed a symbiotic relationship with its captive. Over time, this integrated cell gained new capabilities, evolving into the foundation of all complex life. One of these incorporated bacteria-like organisms became the powerhouse of the cell, the mitochondrion. Mitochondria are responsible for producing energy, enabling cells to grow larger, divide, and carry out complex functions. Evidence for this origin includes their circular DNA, similar to bacterial DNA, and their ability to replicate independently within cells. Another notable group of eukaryotes are the photosynthetic organisms like plants, algae, and some protists. These eukaryotes possess chloroplasts, the sites of photosynthesis, which also appear to have originated from symbiotic relationships with photosynthetic bacteria. With their more complex structure and increased efficiency, eukaryotes flourished. They grew larger, formed colonies, and eventually gave rise to multicellular organisms. Single-celled organisms continued to thrive, but the stage was set for life to embark on a journey from the microscopic to the macroscopic. Around 600 million years ago, multicellularity exploded, giving rise to the first large, complex organisms. Among them, the first animals emerged. Their tissues and organs allowed for greater specialization and the ability to inhabit diverse environments. About 541 million years ago, during the Cambrian explosion, life diversified rapidly. Most major animal groups appeared in the fossil record, showcasing a burst of evolutionary creativity. Animals with hard shells and skeletons moved onto land, while others soared through the skies. Life took on new forms and functions at an astonishing pace. Among the pioneers of vertebrate life were the fish. These aquatic vertebrates possessed a backbone and other key features such as gills and scales. Fish dominated Earth's waters for hundreds of millions of years. Sharks and bony fish radiated into a multitude of forms. Some fish developed powerful jaws while others grew enormous, such as the mighty placoderms. Yet life on land beckoned. Around 375 million years ago, lobe-finned fish, with their sturdy paired fins, began to venture into shallow coastal areas. These hardy creatures possessed the strength and resilience needed to support their weight on land. This transition was not easy. These fish had to overcome challenges posed by gravity and the need for moisture. But they persisted. Amphibians emerged, creatures adapted to both aquatic and terrestrial life. They developed stronger limbs, more efficient lungs, and adaptations to prevent water loss. Their success paved the way for reptiles, which further adapted to life on land. Reptiles evolved tough, scaly skin, which helped seal in moisture and provided protection against terrestrial predators. They also developed amniotic eggs, a revolutionary adaptation that contained membranes to protect the embryo and provide nourishment. This innovation allowed reptiles to reproduce entirely on land, freeing them from dependence on water. This lineage gave rise to the first dinosaurs, archosaurs, that dominated the Mesozoic era. Among the dinosaurs, the theropods stood out. These bipedal carnivores and their close relatives, the sauropods, were among the largest and most fearsome creatures that ever lived. But amidst the reign of reptiles, a different kind of revolution was taking place. Mammals were emerging. These early mammals were small, furry creatures with characteristics that set them apart. They were warm-blooded, regulating their body temperature internally, and nourished their young with milk. These features allowed them to thrive in diverse environments, including those too cold for reptiles. When the asteroid impact 66 million years ago caused the extinction of the dinosaurs, mammals seized the opportunity. Freed from competition, they radiated into countless forms, from tiny shrews to gigantic whales. Among mammals, primates emerged, characterized by grasping hands, forward-facing eyes, and large brains relative to their body size. Primates flourished in the tropical forests of the ancient world. Their agility and enhanced depth perception enabled them to thrive in arboreal environments. Around 6 to 7 million years ago, a significant event occurred. A group of primates began walking upright on two legs, freeing their hands for tool use and exploration. These hominins, our direct ancestors, represented a crucial step in the emergence of humans. Australopithecines like Lucy were early hominins who inhabited Africa. They had a combination of ape-like and human-like features. Their skeletal structure revealed adaptations for walking upright, but they still retained features from their ape-like ancestors. Over time, the genus Homo emerged. Homo habilis, meaning handy man, was among the first. These early humans possessed larger brains and were skilled toolmakers. They used stone tools to cut, chop, and scrape, transforming their environment and diet. Homo erectus emerged, spreading out of Africa and becoming the first human species to inhabit parts of Asia and Europe. With a brain nearly as large as ours, Homo erectus mastered fire, which provided warmth, light, and the ability to cook food, making it softer and easier to digest. Other hominin species followed, including the Neanderthals, who lived in Europe and Asia. Neanderthals were robust, stocky creatures with a strong build adapted to colder climates. They were intelligent, capable of complex thought and behavior, and had a profound impact on our evolutionary trajectory. While Homo sapiens first appeared in Africa around 300,000 years ago, our story truly began to unfold as we spread across the globe. Between 60,000 and 10,000 years ago, we reached Europe, Asia, Australia, and the Americas. During this journey, humans developed agriculture, domesticating plants and animals, which led to settled societies and the growth of cities. We crafted magnificent works of art, built monumental structures, and delved into the mysteries of the universe. Today, humans stand as the dominant species on Earth. Our influence has reshaped landscapes, harnessed energy sources, and extended our reach to the stars. Yet our journey is deeply intertwined with the evolutionary past. Every cell tells the story of protocells in Earth's primordial seas. Our mitochondria echo the ancient bacteria that once swam freely. Our upright stance and dexterous hands speak to our days as climbing primates, and our creativity, cooperation, and language are legacies of millions of years of adaptation. In the grand tapestry of life, humans are not separate, but deeply embedded. Our story, from protocells to people, is a testament to the power of change over time. As we gaze up at the cosmos, remember that our journey began with a single step in the midst of Earth.